Welcome to the Cisco Networking Academy at Midland College. My name is Marty Villarreal, and I'll be demonstrating how to connect to a network switch. In this video, our objectives are to explore the physical switch, connect the switch with the console cable, and add an IP address for management. This is a Cisco 2960 switch. It's basically a rectangular blue box, and the front panel has 24 ports that are fast Ethernet, and then we have two gigabit ports and some octal ports. Now all these boxes come with different configurations, but typically you'll have some gigabit ports in the front and your fast Ethernet ports. To the left side of the box you can notice there's a button. This is how we change modes to locate different feature sets on the switch. Each port has a number. The top row are the odd numbers and the bottom row are the even numbers. If you plug in a device in port 1, you would plug into the first port. If you need port number 2, you would plug into the bottom port, and so on. The back of the switch, you'll have a connection for power, and you'll have a console port. The console is labeled in blue color, and the cable will match the console port color. So you'll have a light blue colored cable to connect back here. That makes it easy to identify which cable you need to insert into the console port. This is the console cable. It is a light blue color. One end has an RJ45 jack. The opposite end of the cable will have a standard USB interface. The RJ45 jack plugs into the port of the switch, and the USB plugs into a port on your computer. This is a demonstration of packet tracer, and I'm giving you a visual of what this looks like when you're connected to a network switch. Here's your computer, and in the back you have a USB port with the console cable connected to the switch. And this will be connected to an RJ45 port called the console port on the switch. And in order to actually access the switch, you need to go ahead and be in your computer with some software loaded. The software we use is PuTTY, and I'll demonstrate through Packet Tracer what that might look like, and then I'll give you an actual demonstration of PuTTY. So PuTTY is a terminal emulator, and here inside of our simulator we're going to open Terminal, and it already comes pre-configured with the parameters necessary to make PuTTY or any terminal emulator work. Once we hit OK, in actuality, what you'll do is click in this black space and hit Enter. You'll see that you have access to the Inter-Network Operating System, the Cisco iOS software. And this is the software that allows us to manage the switch. Now here, you'll have to know some commands in order to configure different parts of the switch to make it. Now it's time to program the switch with an IP address. There are a few commands you need to know in order to switch modes in a switch. 3 modes: user mode, privilege mode, and global configuration mode. Currently you're in user mode. To get to privilege mode, you need to type enable. It changes the prompt to a pound symbol or a hashtag. This is privileged mode. And in this mode, I can see I have more access to the switch. I can do more commands. I can see more information about the device. To get to global mode, I have to type in configure terminal. And now we're in global configuration mode. Every command I enter here will automatically affect the switch. The first thing I want to do is find the IP address, and that's logical address. So I'm going to make it up. And I have to go to the interface. In this case for a switch, it's a VLAN, or a virtual local area network. And that default VLAN is 1. So we're going to go to interface VLAN 1. And I'll type in IP address. And I'm making this one up, 200.10.10.1. And I'll need to put in a subnet mask, 255.255.255.0. We're going to do a class C in this case. And then once I've entered the IP address, all I have to do is turn on the interface by putting in no shutdown. And the interface is up. So now we have an IP address connected to our network. We can manage our switch remotely.